Well guys, it's time for a brand new Q&A. I haven't done one of these in ages.
But Sonny, didn't you say that you were going to upload a Q&A video 2 years ago for 500 subscribers, but didn't release one and stayed silent on whether you were going to ever upload it or not?
Well, yeah, that's true, and I'm sorry for that. My lack of consistent uploads may have really screwed up the growth of my channel, but hey, I'm doing it now. Better late than ever, right?
But Sonny,
No, shut the fuck up. Let's just get this started, okay? The first question is, what's your favorite Sonic game? Either Unleashed or Generations. Both of them are really fun. Favorite band slash musical artists, if any? I don't really have any favorite bands or artists, I just listen to whatever. Favorite cartoons? For my favorite cartoons, too many to list, but pretty much all of them are from the 2000s. Favorite YouTubers? If I had to pick some favorites, I'd go with Rebel Taxi, L Supersonic Q, Dirty D, Some Ordinary Gamers, Blaze the Movie Fan, and of course, Nostalgia Critic. Are there any other projects that you have or are wanting to do in the future? Well, I do have a couple of projects in the work right now, some cartoons, and just other stuff that I'm sort of just trying to set up. As you all may know, I am trying to sort of get into doing more content, stuff that's easier to make, easier to put out, just so I don't spend a month on a video. I do want to try and focus on smaller stuff, as the Sam Nestor pilot really drained me, which is why this Q&A took like a month to release. I planned on having it come out like a couple weeks after the pilot, but it just really drained me, so. But don't worry, a lot of content is coming along the way. There is that animation I was working on. It's sort of a side project. I'm not really focusing on it, but I am making good progress on it. What is your drawing process? Oh, it's easy. It's just I draw a rough version of what I'm planning on making, and then I make a new layer, and then I just draw over that original rough version, and then I just polish up the new layer, and bada boom bada bing, I'm done. Can you do a face reveal, bro? Oh my god. I've been asked this countless times in the past. I can't even count how many times at this point. It's just been a lot of times. But you know what? Fuck it. I'm sick of being asked this. Here's my fucking face. Happy? I cannot hide behind a shitty cartoon avatar in peace anymore. Ugh. Cheese or no cheese? Yes. What drives you to create art? Because I think it's fun. What games do you have many hours on? I have like 900 hours in Fortnite. Why? Because I think it's fun. What's the most depressing meal you've eaten? Well, one time in middle school, they were serving like burgers, but they ran out of the bread from, so they just gave us like tortilla shells as an alternative. I actually took a picture of it. If I still have it, I'll put it on screen. Why do I have a picture of it? Okay, I think it's fun. It's your boy. How's quarantine affecting you? I've been doing pretty okay, actually. Just been chilling, doing my usual thing. Which do you prefer, Fusion Dance or Potara? Very important, I swear. Yes. What's your favorite video game music track? It cannot be Sonic related because I already know what the general answer will be. Fuck off, you really insist on making this hard for me. Kirby music's pretty epic. How motivated are you feeling with this new cartoon? I'm quite too excited to see how far you'll go with this one. I'm very excited, actually. The Sam Nestor pilot was really fun to work on, and the positive reception it got when it first was uploaded has definitely encouraged me to upload more content relating to it. What can you say were the inspirations that led up to this? Smiley face. Well, as you know, the SNES cartoon idea has just been floating around for quite some time, for a good few years. I thought that 2019 was going to be like the year I'm finally going to do it, after a few years of just like not wanting to do it and just scrapping it. But I don't know, when I first released it, I knew that people weren't gonna like it, and my feelings towards it just went completely negative by like the end of summer, and which is why I posted on Twitter around that same time that I was going to just straight up cancel it. But around closer to the end of 2019, I decided to just go back to the drawing board and come up with new ideas. But I also felt like I wanted to sort of have a more familiar cartoon. I feel like the 2019 idea was nothing like the 2018 idea. I wanted to go with something that was a nice middle ground between the two. So that's kind of it. Honestly, like, I should really make a full-on just separate video, because I don't want this whole segment just to become a behind-the-scenes documentary about a cartoon pilot. And last question from this person. I carry you, bro. Do you carry me? Emoji. Let's see, do I or do I not? Yes. Yes, I do. What content inspired you to draw and animate? Well, I mean, I've just been drawing for like over a decade. I started when I was a little stupid retard baby. But what got me into animating was like Newgrounds cartoons and shit, like Ed's World, Brawl Taunts, like stuff that people would find really cringy and unfunny now is exactly what inspired me to do what I do now. Favorite thing to draw? What do you think? Okay, fine, I'll give you a hint. It's blue. Tips on starting as well as continuing large projects instead of dropping them midway? Honestly, if I'm gonna be honest, one of the main reasons why I did not drop the Sam Nestor pilot like midway is because I already had stuff done before I, talked about it everywhere. But like around closer to the end of working on the pilot, I kind of lost some confidence in it. Like I knew people wouldn't like it, but it's kind of why I posted around the time before it came out saying like I hope you guys don't mind that it's not like fluidly frame by frame animated, and people didn't seem to mind that. It gave me a bit of a confidence boost, so it made me want to finish it. And not to mention, like, since I already had stuff done, I just kind of felt like if I were to scrap everything now, it would be a waste of time. I spent like a month making the pilot, and I didn't want my work to go to waste. Even if like what you post is, not exactly as like good as you hope for it to be, there's probably still some redeeming qualities in it. And even if it's not looking too good, you can always just change a few things if you want. And hell, if you delay it drastically to improve the quality, I'm sure your followers and viewers would definitely understand. What are your biggest aspirations in terms of art? What do you want to accomplish? I just want to make funny art, I guess. That's just kind of what I like doing. What's your favorite cartoon from the 2010s? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna be completely honest. I was not too fond of the 2010s era of animation. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I've gotten some enjoyment out of a few cartoons from the past decade, but there wasn't really anything that, like, I just adore, just unconditionally love. I'm not saying this era was terrible. There's definitely been worse. I mean, there was the 1970s and 80s, which were, like, way worse in terms of quality. It's just, this era I just wasn't too fond of. If you liked 2010s cartoons, more power to you. It just wasn't really my thing, for the most part. Opinions on Jeff? I hate Jeff. He's a piece of... What made you get into the Sonic series? I've always been pretty fond of the series, but what really got me into the series was Sonic Forces. Not in, like, the game was good and got me hooked on the series, no. The game was so bad that it reminded me that other games were better. And it led me to getting into, older games like Generations, Colors, Unleashed, the adventure games. And it just kind of just made me go down this rabbit hole, and I came out as a Sonic fan after that. Any plans in the future for your channel? Nothing really to note. I just want to make entertaining videos. That's about it. Besides Sonic, what's your favorite game to play? Well, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I really enjoy playing besides Sonic. Things like Kirby, Smash, other Sega properties like Crazy Taxi and Streets of Rage. And then there's, Mario games, which I also really enjoy. My last question may be a bit silly. But who's your favorite Sonic character? Probably Blaze. I think she's really fucking cool. That's about it. What era of Sonic do you stan? I love the Dreamcast era a lot, but I also really like the Dark Age era. The Dark Age era isn't really that good in terms of quality, I just like how over the top and ambitious they were. I just miss when Sonic games actually took risks. What's your favorite Sonic game? Like I said earlier, Unleashed and Generations are my personal favorites, but if I were to pick some other personal favorites, I would go with Sonic Mania, the adventure games, Colors, Rush, and so on and so forth. Why is Cheetah Man unironically the greatest video game ever made? Because it's
smooth like ice.
Also, the theme song is kind of fire. Will the Sam Nestor pilot be something you put in your portfolio, or will it be just something that you'll be proud to look back on? Let's be real here, if I wanted to put it in a portfolio, I probably would have put more effort into the animation. I just made it just to see if people would be interested in seeing more animated original content from me. Most of my popular content isn't even that good, so I wanted to just see if people would be interested in seeing more of that. Would you consider yourself an experienced artist? I mean, kind of. And lastly, congrats on 700 subs. What are you planning to do for 1K subs? That's a good question. I'm gonna be honest here, I actually don't know. I would probably do some big, wacky, special video. I wouldn't want to do another Q&A because I do those for pretty much every subscriber milestone at this point. Well, each of the ones that I was able to make a video for. But for such a milestone, I probably would want to do something a bit greater than just a Q&A. I'll probably figure something out by that time. Well, from the looks of it, that's all the questions that we have for today. I gotta say, it feels really good to do a Q&A again. I haven't done one in a good couple years at this point. And just thanks to everyone who participated, and thank you for watching. I'm Sunny64, and I'll see you guys whenever.
Picture my